Praise God, hallelujah. Praise the Lord, gracias Señor Padre por
Tú sabes lo que se trata porque tú nos tú sabes la palabra que has puesto en su corazón, Señor. Te pido, Señor, que tú la uses, Señor, que no la quites, Señor. Que la uses para tu gloria, Señor. Y nosotros nos encargaremos de darte toda la gloria, Señor, porque es tuya.
Yo espero que nuestra hermana Alicia, si me puede ayudar con los himnos al frente, porque va a ser difícil yo estar aquí y estar pendiente a ellos. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. Okay, my kids. Vamos a ver cómo empezamos esto, Señor. Vive Dios. What do you see in the front? Mira. A huge letter. Even my neighbors say, and I'm happy that she, seen it too and say that's the same thing. She said, oh, you're carrying a letter? So I'll say, yeah, for church. She said, oh, wow. I say, thank you, because it's supposed to, be seen as a letter. Okay? So who could read the front? Where it says from? Aiden. From the heart of Jesus. So that means this person sent a letter. Okay? And it's to who? Bebe. To all his children. And what it says? The bottom. Okay, so when you receive a letter at home, do you maintain the letter closed? No. You what? You open it. I don't like when it's bills. You can tell from the outside. So you don't really have to open it because it's P&L, the water bill, the mortgage. So I put them to the side because I already know. But when a letter comes sometimes and I don't know what it is, I'm desperate, okay, to open it because I know it's not a bill, okay? So voy a poner el micrófono para el lado. Yo creo que yo puedo alzar un poquito más la voz. So we received a letter, okay, and it's from the heart of Jesus. So that's something very deep. It's just not any letter, okay? And it's to all his children, but it's not only you, it's all of us. We are his children. Okay, so when we have a letter this big, there has to be something big inside, right? Okay, let's see what the letter is. Praise God. Want to see the letter? Yeah? Don't get scared of the letter. Okay, this is my letter. Thank you, Jesus. It's a big, huge letter, right? Well, we're going to read it. Even if we take us into tomorrow morning. Okay, what's the title of the letter? Bella. Love and what it says. First Corinthians 13. That's going to be my message today about the book of the Corinthians, okay? But I'm going to put it in a way that the kids are going to understand. Si yo empiezo a hablar lenguas humanas energéticas, they're not going to understand that, okay? But if we break it down chapter by chapter in a different way, and we cover the whole chapter, and we cover like the main themes, I think they're going to get the message. Okay? Glory. Now, let me see the first thing. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. What is love? Loving your mom, okay. What else? Loving Jesus. Loving your dad. Loving your, oh, that's important. That's the hard one. Loving your enemies. Loving your sisters and brothers. Okay, you got the message of that. I'm going to ask another question. Is it a feeling or is it an action? Is it a feeling or do you know? Bebe, is it a feeling, love? Why? Oh, wow. That when you, go ahead, repeat it. Strike you. Yeah.
When you see someone you love, it strikes you.
Yes. Okay. So, a question. How do you know? How do you know that your mother and your father love you? How do you know that?
I'm sorry, se me había olvidado.
Good. Good answer. How about you, Bella? How do you know Anthony and Alicia love you? How do you know? Okay. What else? Jordan? One. Good. You love your grandma and your grandpa. Okay. So, ¿quién sabe la historia de 1 Corintios 13? The adults. Todos la conocen, ¿verdad? Todas la conocen, amén. 1 Corintios 13. Yes. Porque en la boda, casi siempre, in the weddings, usually they read something about love. Okay? So love is difficult to describe, but we know it when we feel it, right? We feel love. Love is a feeling, that's part of it, but love requires action to do it. Like, you have to show. I have to show Bibi that I love her. I don't have to be telling her every day. Yeah, I tell her every day at night, whatever, that I love her. But there's things in me that I have to do for her to be able to see that I love her. You guys understand what I'm saying? So love requires a couple things. Okay. We got that straight, right? Let's open my letter.
No, not really.
Okay. You like Paul? Paul writes about love in 1 Corinthians 13. Okay? Tonight we're going to talk about a man named Paul and a letter that he sent. Okay? Paul was a really important person among the Christians. Are you guys listening? Okay. He wrote many books about being a Christian, which are found in the Bible. He traveled all over telling people about Jesus. No other person wrote more books than Paul. Who's this man here? What's his name? Victoria. Paul. What he wrote? What did he write? Yes. 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 Good job. Okay. One of the letters that he wrote was to the church of the Corinthians. Okay? Why he wrote this letter, I'm going to tell you right now. The church of the Corinthians was in need of an advice. What's an advice? When I said to you, Victoria, let's go and talk, that I'm going to give you a little advice. What that the youth would like answer answer. What's an advice? Yeah. An advice, like one. Okay. Okay. Something to help you out. Okay. Let's leave it like that.
What's that about?
So the advice was, he described the function, it means an activity or purpose of love and how it appears in the life of a believer. So this church needed advice. This church had everything, but the most important thing was missing. They were doing things for other people to see them. But what they were missing, what we're talking about? What we're talking about? Love. Okay. What church we're talking about? Okay, good, you're listening. On that letter, Paul writes that if you have everything but don't have love, you don't have nothing. Okay? Paul wanted the Corinthians to remember the importance of love. He wanted them to show love in everything they did. That church was doing lots of things, but they were missing the most important thing, and that was love. Let's see what the letter says. Okay, let me turn my page. Okay, what it says, Bibi? Without love, clanking cymbals. That's a very annoying noise. Right? Ding, ding. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. You will tell me, Maria, stop, please. You know, okay. Okay, clanking cymbals. Love is much more than a feeling. Love is action, is a resolve to treat others as we want to be treated. In other words, our loving words are just a lot of noise, like clanking cymbals, if our actions don't match what we say. Meaning, you could play, we all could play, but if there's no music coming from there, it's a noise. It's a disaster. Okay? We have to all be together en ritmo, you know? So, si todos sabemos tocar esto, it sounds nice. Pero si hay un revolú, it's gonna be a disaster. El pastor no va a decir, be quiet. All right? So let's see what Paul says, okay? So Paul begins by saying that if you do not have love, you are like a clanging cymbal. I know that a banging cymbal is loud and annoying. And Paul says that isn't love. He said that it doesn't matter how wise you are. If you don't have love, then you don't have anything. That's what Paul said in this letter. So I think this church of the Corinthians, they were having some serious problems. They had everything, but they were missing the most important thing. And sometimes in our churches here, I'm not saying here, around everywhere, sometimes we want the church pretty, we want nice curtains, new rugs, new instruments, a lot of things, but we're missing the most important thing, and that's love. Amen. Without love, we don't have anything. So let's put in our heart and mind tonight that without love, you need love in your heart. Okay? So let me turn my page, because this is heavy, my letter. What it says here, Victoria, love is patient and kind. Let's see what Paul about this. Paul says that even if he gave everything he has to feed the poor, there will not be a profit. A profit means an advantage or reward without love. Paul is saying to share and give with the right heart and with love. He wants you to give freely and not resent what you're giving. So, are we doing this? Are we being kind to others? Are we being patient with everybody? Because if we're not, we're missing something here. And I'm not talking about Corinthians, so no, we're talking about our church here, because we're here now.
Glory to God.
So, let's be kind to one another. You know, let's be nice to everybody. Kids, be kind with your, the kids in school. You know, sometimes, you know, they're little kids and you don't want to play with them and you want to play with the other kids. Let's be kind. Let's get along. Because that's what Jesus wants us. He demands that for us to be kind. Okay? Okay, let's see. Okay. Baby. Love isn't jealous. How many of you are jealous? Like you get jealous a little bit. Raise your hand. God knows you. Meaning, love does not envy, does not parade self, and is not puffed up. That's the word I put there. Love isn't jealous of what others have. So, if Miguelito has a new pair of sneakers that costs $400, I'm going to be jealous of him because I want the same sneakers. Sometimes us, children and adults, maybe even without you knowing, you have a little bit of jealousy in you. Sometimes we look at the hermano from top to bottom like an X-ray. If we're like una máquina de X-ray, and we X-ray from top to bottom. Sometimes, you know, in the church, we cannot have jealousy. Okay? If we have jealousy, then there's a problem. We have to fix that.
Yes.
Okay? So, and if you have things that others want, you should make your friends jealous because you have it. If my parent bought me an iPhone 11, yeah, right iPhone 11, I'm going to bring it here to church and I'm going to show it to the pastor. Because I know he wants one or he has one. Yeah. You know, and then I'm like taking the phone and trying to make you jealous. God don't like that. Hey, if you have it, you have it. But nobody has to feel jealousy or jealous because of what you have. Because God knows your heart. Yeah. And God knows the way that you're saying it for that person to feel bad. I hope there's nobody here that feels some type of jealousy towards other members here. Because you know what? In God's eyes, we all the same. Amen. I'm not better. You're not better than me either. Or I'm not better than you. We all the same. Whether you have it or not. Amen. Right? Okay. Let's sing.
Oh, yeah.
Bella. Okay, what that means? What that means? If this is what I'm going to do, you let me know if I'm bragging. Look at my sneakers. Hey, you have to look at my sneakers. Look, I got them. They cost $500. Don't you understand they cost $500? Are you going to tell me something? Tell me something about my sneakers, please. I'm bragging? Yes. I'm one. And you know what? Sometimes in the church, and like I said, I'm not talking about Allentown's church over there. I'm talking about my church here. Cosas así se ven en la iglesia. Y usted dirá, María, pero ¿cómo es eso? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Se ven cosas así. Mire, si lo tienen, good. Si no lo tienen, good. But you know, it's like, you know when a person is doing it too. Because you feel it sometimes in your heart. Like, oh my God, wait a minute, what's going on with this? So we feel that when somebody else is like, you know, look at my sneakers, look at my iPhone 11, and they don't stop talking about that the whole day. And look, oh, you only have an iPhone 4? Girl, how many? They have passed. You're still stuck in 4? Oh, I have 11. And I'm going to order the 12. It's not out there, but it's going to come out. Hey, if your pastor has 11, I want 13. Oh my God. Okay. Love is not proud or big-headed. That also means boasting or bragging. Accept what you have, what God have given you. Be happy. Be happy. Yo no sé ni qué escribo. Not that you want this and you want that. Okay? So we have to be, listen, si Dios no te da un carro de 2025, it's because you cannot afford it. Yes. ¿De qué vale that you have a car of 2025 and you cannot make the payments? Well, one day park outside your street, because you know the second day somebody's going to come and get the car. Come on, people. We have to be like understandable of what God is trying to say tonight to us. Yes. I know God is going to talk to somebody here tonight. He did to me. And I didn't know how to give this lesson because sometimes we look around, we see things and we pray about them. And God talks to our heart. Okay, and I know that tonight somebody is going to receive this in a nice way. Don't get mad at me. Yes. It's not me, it's God. God wants you to hear this. Okay? So we should not be, we should accept whatever God give us. Okay? Si yo tengo mi humilde carro de 2013, yeah, believe me, I want a new car. But you know, it's like the payments. I think of that. Si es por eso yo tuviera uno del 2030 partido en casa. Pero no es eso. Tenemos que estirar hasta donde Dios nos da. Right? Por eso sometimes we're like in a deep hole porque nosotros mismos nos ponemos ahí. Yes. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say tonight? That sometimes we have things that we cannot handle. Yes. You know. So God is talking to us that we have to accept what He gives us.
Thank you, Jesus. Gloria a Dios. Hallelujah.
An example. Okay? Me and my husband, we own our house. Okay. At the beginning, it was Mari there and Misael there. Okay, fine. But we wanted a second home. A bigger home. My house is big, but we wanted a bigger home. So we did everything. We got the loan for the second home. We was going to rent our house, and we was going to move to this second home. We did everything. All the paperwork was there. We had a date to signature. We had the date, the time. It was around here, around Liberty High School, which I love that area. A huge house that my kids got lost in there. Okay. The night before, the real estate called us and said, somebody bought your home. I said, what? What are you talking about? Yes. And I said, how much money did that person pay? $1 more than you. I say, what? Oh, imagine. You know what? It was not God's will. Yes. Because now, I only have baby in my house, and I want to downgrade. I don't want my house. I want a smaller one. I want a little apartment. That's right. The little, the better. A 2-bedroom. That's it. Imagine me with this huge house. Sometimes we do things that God is not even there. And God has to stop you somehow so you understand the purpose of God. Right? So we have to accept what you have. And I always tell God, it's your will. If you want me to move from there, you're going to find my little apartment somewhere. If not, I'm there. And Tony says to me, that don't make any sense to me. That's what you're talking about. He says, we pay a little amount of mortgage here, and you want to go and spend so much money in an apartment when we have a little, amount of mortgage. Sometimes we want so many things. I have a whole list of things that I want. That doesn't mean that God is going to give them to me, but I have them there just in case. Just in case. Hallelujah. All right. So we should not brag what we have. Listen, if you have a beautiful home, you have a beautiful home. But don't talk about the little lady or the little member that the house is not that nice. Because maybe for you it's not nice, but for them it's a castle. You don't know their taste. My taste is not the same as Alicia's. Or Alicia the same as mine. You never know, don't talk. Because God is looking at us in every way. Praise God, hallelujah. Okay. Bella. Love is not rude or mean. Love does not behave rudely. Okay. Love is not impolite or mean. Love doesn't do things that we'll regret or be ashamed of later. What is being mean? What that means? Okay. Okay. Causing trouble or bother to somebody. Mira, hermano. No se había de tropiezo para nadie aquí. If I'm struggling, I'm pretty sure you're struggling too. Don't try to. Es que yo no sé ni cómo lo digo. Don't try to make my life harder than what it is. We all here for the same reason, and it's to what? Where are we going? Heaven. Why you're making my life difficult when we're supposed to be brothers and sisters in Christ? Sometimes we're not even cousins. That were you dreaming? We're not related. Come on, we have to be real. Sometimes our actions says a whole lot of who you are. Miren, hermano, si usted un día me ve a mí cabizbaja, no se ponga a hablar. Pray for me. Maybe I'm passing through a difficult situation. like that. There's gonna be ups and downs. And God knows that. You know, but we all have to get along. Okay, that's what love is. That 4-word letter, and it means so much. Without love, we don't have nothing. We're empty. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. It's like at my job, and I try to bring examples of me, because I'm the one who's passing through those situations. I take care of old people, elderly people. Okay, when I say take care, it's from bathing, feeding, name it, I do it. I take care of people, sick people at my job. And you know what the family member says to me? I don't know how you do this job. I could never do it. They're talking about their mother and father. Listen, one time somebody was ringing the bell, and I said, hi, can I help you? The daughter says to me, my mother needs her back scratched. And I'm looking at her like, what? Can you scratch her back? She's sitting right here next to her, and she's asking me to scratch her back. How is that? How is that? You have to have the love of God. Because if you don't have the love of God, and you don't have the patience and the kindness, I would have tell her something. Like, you're there. What's wrong with your hands? Right, Pastor? But because the love of God is in me, I said, okay, no problem. Did I talk about it? Yes. Because I'm human. And even with that, they say to me, you have heaven already. Gano. ¿Cómo se dice eso? Because I'm doing this type of job, I have heaven already. I'm going straight up there. And I tell them there, it's not by deeds. It's not what I do. This is nothing. It's my relationship with God. Amen. Right? Yeah. So, hermano, no vamos a darle uno que está tratando. We're trying. We're trying to go to heaven. Why you are being so difficult towards other people? What, you don't want them in heaven? Heaven is for everybody. It's not for you only. Jesus died for everyone down here, right? So, we're struggling. We're trying. We're trying to make it up there. Okay?
Praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
Santo.
Esta sí, pastor. Esta sí. Que cuando yo puse esta, yo dije, oh no. Oh God, no. Don't put me in that spot, please. What it says?
Love cares about other people's needs.
This is a rough one. Love cares about other people's needs. Pregunta. Are we doing this? Are we following this? O cuando vemos un necesitado, esto no es conmigo. Yo tengo comida en mi casa. Frío, yo tengo un coat en mi closet.
Jesus.
O te paras, or you stop and you take the time to see what you could help with. We have to start from the beginning. You know, we have to start caring for each other. Se supone que el dolor mío sea el dolor tuyo. Estoy mal o estoy bien.
Amen.
Se supone que us here, members, us, estemos pendientes del uno al otro. si tienes o no tienes. Not every time we're gonna have. Porque yo he pasado y Tony he pasado por situaciones que no hemos tenido. Pero Dios, en una manera u otra, suple. Y se supone que ningún miembro de una iglesia sufra por una necesidad. No.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
Because if something is happening like that, we're doing something wrong.
Amen.
Ningún hermano de la iglesia se tiene que ir sin comer a la cama. Us Christians, we're supposed to supply all the needs like that. Are we doing this? Hermanos, por eso algunas veces las cosas están como están. Because sometimes, you know, it's not with me. Jesús. Okay? Kids. Ya estamos terminando, no se preocupe, la carta no es tan larga. Aiden. Do you get angry? Do you get angry? Sometimes in our life, sometimes there's things that sometimes the Bible says, irao, pero no pequé, right? Meaning, yeah, you might get a little angry, but that doesn't last 3 years. You know, because sometimes we carry these from years. Oh, Roberto did something to me in 1984. It's still 2019, I'm still mad at him. No, hermano, let's put that to the side already. Forgive and forget.
Amen.
But sometimes we forgive and we don't forget. It's still here.
Aleluya.
For you to have a clean heart, you have to, whatever happened in the past, stay in the past. That's it. It's like a blank paper. Nothing in it. Vamos a practicar esto. You know, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. But you could get angry at me, but don't take you like 20 years to come to me or me come to you and say, I forgive you. Because if that comes, trust me, you're gonna stay. Because you're not going up there. Okay. Love is not provoked. That means that love doesn't become angry easily. Love is forgiving. Take time to let your temper cool down. Don't hold grudges. You know, don't let that in there. Because that grows like raíces. How do you say that? Roots. De una cosa chiquita, tú haces una cosa grandota que tienes que tener otra persona para que te ayude a cargarlo. Porque every day that goes by, it gets bigger and bigger. Okay? What it says here, Victoria? Love thinks good thoughts and is happy when others do what is right. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Iniquity is sin. That's what it means. Or doing sinful things that God doesn't like. And just the opposite is to be happy to do what is right. So we always, let's try to do things right. That we're not perfect, we're not. We're going to make mistakes along the road. That's how we learn. If you don't make a mistake, there's something wrong with you. Because no one is perfect. You know, but we try always to do what is right.
Praise God.
Gloria.
Santo eres Jehová.
Praise Jesus. Hallelujah.
Okay, Bella. that he makes one mistake. We make mistakes. That he makes a second same mistake. We all make mistakes. Don't ever give up on a person. Just because that person did something 40 years ago, don't carry that along with you. How will Jesus or God will see the situation? We have to see how God sees. And then we will not find no fault on no one. Right? But the whole thing here that sometimes we like to see other people's faults, but we don't look at us. We like to point the finger, but trust me, there's something with you too. So here says that love bear all things. Hold on a minute. Love accepts and protects. Love believes all things. Love is trust. Love hopes all things. Love always have hope. Let's have hope for someone. Never give up. ¿Qué es un cabezón? Yo soy cabezona también. Because we're not perfect. We're going there. We're trying to ir por esa perfección, but we're not there yet. So if we're brothers and sisters in Christ, let's treat each other like you will treat your brother or your sister. And sometimes we treat people like enemies inside the church. I'm not saying outside, inside.
Santo.
Okay. Victoria. Of faith, hope, and love. Today's Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. There's faith, hope, and love. Faith is believing in Jesus and knowing that he will do what's best for us. Hope is knowing that we will be with Jesus in heaven. And God is love. Love never ends. We have faith in what Jesus taught us, and we know that if we do everything he commands, we will go to heaven with him. Okay? Bebe. The greatest of this is love. But the greatest of this is love. Why? Why? Why is the greatest of all this is love? Aiden. Exactly. Bella. Good, bebe. Oh, wow. We was paying attention. And it's kind of hiding here, Pastor. I'm like sweating bullets. Okay. Finally, the Bible tells us that love keeps no record of wrongs. Meaning, if I did something 30 years ago, nobody should remind me of what I did. Oh, Maria, but you did this 30 years ago. No, that it doesn't work that way. You cannot remind people of what already God has forgotten. Yes. Right? But we're good at that. Anthony, we're good at that. Very fast. It's easy, I think, to tell people their things that they did wrong, that things that are right with them. Sometimes people don't come and say to you, wow, Sister Lisa, you give a nice class downstairs. But they will come to you and say something negative. Very fast. And it's always like that. It's like that in church. It's like that in your job. It's like that everywhere you go. But God doesn't remember anything, because when you come to God and you pray and you ask for forgiveness, God don't even remember those things.
Glory to God.
But us,
Gloria a Dios.
we like to remember the people's past. We have to change. We have to change. Okay. Love thinks good things. And if you're thinking good things, you will do good things. Slow down and see if there's something you can do to help someone. You show your love by how you act and treat others. I know that we have a busy life. In my case, my husband works, I work, we have people in school. Sometimes I say, wow, we need more hours. But take 1 minute of your time and think, how can you help someone? Listen, it's not about the money. I'm not saying you have the money, you give somebody, you bless somebody. But there's so many ways that you could bless someone.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
It don't have to be money.
Amen.
I'm not talking about money. It's good. Yes, si me quieren bless a mí, aquí estoy. Ah, pastor. Pero vamos a coger el tiempo para ver la necesidad de otra persona.
Santo Dios.
Y trust me, that if you do this, you're going to feel very good. Wow, I helped somebody today.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Wow, I helped somebody today.
Gloria a
¿Cuántos de
Dios.
ustedes, a mí me ha pasado, cuando veo un homeless frisado en la calle, no le da algo en el corazón, como tú quieres quitarte el codo y dárselo? Yo lo he hecho. Yo tenía mi carro lleno de codo. Cuando veo una persona, me paro y lo doy. You feel good. You feel like you have accomplished something. And God sent us to do this. Y lo que uno hace, yo puse este ejemplito para que ustedes vean lo que yo quiero decir, pero se supone que lo que uno haga no lo sepa nadie. Whatever you do, nobody has to know about it. You don't have to come and take the microphone here and say, I gave the pastor $3,000.
Amen.
Para que todo el mundo. No. Whatever you do out there or inside here or house, nobody has to know. No one. As a matter of fact, not even the pastor, that's you and the person. Right, Pastor? Nobody needs to know. You know, the whole thing here is when you give with a giving heart, it's a giving heart. It's not for you to get some points from somewhere.
Yes, hallelujah.
Oh, I got 20 points right now. Okay, 10 points. I did this. And you keep adding points. I don't know for what. Because up there it's not about points, right? No, it's not.
Praise Jesus.
No one needs to know whatever you do. Lo más bonito que es que tú ayudes a una persona y tú te quedes calladito. That's you and God. Trust me. Dios lo sacará a la luz. Whatever you do. Puede venir un predicador y decirte dos o tres cosas y mira, tu corazón, tú tienes un corazón dadivoso. It's not that. So vamos a poner en práctica. Let's put in practice all this that Paul wrote to this church because they needed an advice, but we also need one here. Okay?
Gloria a Dios. Aleluya.
Let's start giving let's start helping each other as brothers and sisters. I want the best for you, but I hope you want the best for me too. If we struggle together. ¿Ok? Porque tenemos que estar pendientes a la necesidad de cada uno de nosotros. Y eso es lo que Dios nos manda. A bregar juntos. We're one church. We're not 10 churches here. One. Junto con el pastor, no es fácil. But we have to have that word in us. Love. Love. You have love, you have everything. You don't have love, you have nothing. You're like a simple, an annoying noise that somebody's going to tell you be quiet. Okay? Let's start putting all this in practice and you will see how the church grows. But in love. Okay? God bless you.
Gloria a Dios. Dios bendiga.